What's up, guys? My YouTubers, what's happening? Jersey Gamer here. A couple of you guys asked for it. You want to see my setup, you want to see my place, and well, here it is. I got a lot of collectibles hanging off my walls. I got a kind of a portable light here I'm trying to get to give some lighting here because the lighting in this room sucks. But here we go. I'm a huge Friday the 13th fan. I've streamed Friday the 13th the game on PSN. By the way, add me, MKJ112676 on PlayStation. Excuse me. I have a Jason Voorhees mask being gripped by a Freddy Krueger glove, which I think was pretty badass. I seen that when Freddy vs. Jason was being promoted back in the day, in like 2004, or whatever the hell it was. And then right here, kick-ass poster came with a documentary on DVD. His name is Jason. Documents the entire Friday the 13th franchise, and up until I think before the remake. It's been a while since I've seen it, but you can find it. I think it's on Amazon Prime. You might be able to find it on eBay, like really cheap, maybe $1 or $2 plus shipping. It's badass though. Get it. It's pretty cool. And yes, I'm a huge Friday the 13th fan. It is a real machete. No bullshit. It's got a nice edge to it. Serrated. Kind of like my dad had in Vietnam that he told me when he seen it. He's like, where the hell did you get that from? I said, I had some hardware store. I bought it for like $3. He was blown away. But it's pretty cool. Got the sheath down there somewhere, wherever the hell it's at. I don't even know. But yeah, so you should keep the tour going. One of my favorite genres of film ever, zombie films. Night of the Living Dead, George Romero, rest in peace. This year has sucked for me personally when it comes to losing people and bad stuff happening. George Romero was a hero, and I want to be a filmmaker, and he made it seem like it was possible. And then we come to the greatest zombie film ever made, Dawn of the Dead. I'm using an old cell phone to record here, guys, so the quality's not that great. My apologies. That's the standard bearer. No one could touch it. The remake can, just go away, act like it doesn't exist because Dawn of the Dead was amazing. Then we come over here to its sequel, Day of the Dead. I bought these. These are, excuse me, these are old prints. These are prints I bought probably, God, close to 10 years ago now at a fair inside my local mall. And, yeah, for like that, God, I think for like $8 at the time. Now they're kind of hard to find. At least I haven't been able to track them down. They're like 11 by 14 prints. Maybe a little bit smaller, but still, pretty cool for a George Romero lunatic like I am. And then we come to his first and only studio zombie film, Land of the Dead, starring Dennis Hopper, which was just badass. Some people don't like it. The zombies were kind of, you know, becoming too aware and they were learning or whatever, and people just couldn't stand it. I didn't mind it. I'm a huge Romero fan. And then we come over here. Back to the Future. Still one of the seminal films of my youth. It came out in 1985, and to this day, it's one of the best movies of the 80s. I love it. I'll show you some Back to the Future memorabilia I have here in a couple minutes. But yeah, I love that. Got that off Amazon, I think, for $6. You just can't go wrong. Marty McFly. Marty, you gotta come back with me. Where? Back to the Future. And then we got a big Dawn of the Dead poster. I seen this at a fair in my mall again. I think I spent $8 on this guy, and I couldn't resist because the other one I had was kind of beat to hell, didn't look that good, and this is badass. I wanted to get Romero to sign that, but unfortunately, I couldn't make it to a con before he passed. And then we come here. One of the greatest American films of all time, the original blockbuster, Jaws. If anybody says they don't like this movie because it sucks or because the shark looks like it does, just smack them upside the head and tell them to go away. Because it's one of the best American movies ever made. Then we come over here. By the way, Jaws is my favorite film of all time, if I didn't say that. Then we come over here and Dexter, my favorite TV show of all time. My favorite non-comedy TV show of all time. The comedies are tied. The Simpsons and MASH. But yeah, Dexter, just still watching it on Netflix right now. Just watching the final season. Actually, last night before I went to sleep. Still pretty badass show, even though the final season kind of sucked. Then we'll bypass that real quick and come over here to some more movie posters. We got one of my favorite Tarantino films of all time, Django Unchained, starring Jamie Foxx. That's just a badass movie. Just funny at times, intense. It's great from top to bottom. Quentin only made one bad movie I didn't like so far. It's called Death Proof, and it sucked. And then Friday the 13th Part 4 poster, even though it just says Friday the 13th, it's Part 4. It's the Part 4 cover of the DVD and the old VHS. And so let's swing around here Jersey gamer, I know, but I'm a huge New York Rangers fan. And right there, we got the retirement banner that I got at Jerry Cosby's, about a block away from Madison Square Garden. A Mark Messier night retirement banner. 11 years ago in January, his number 11 got retired to the rafters of the world's most famous arena. And I am an old school professional wrestling fan, so let me fire up my light here. And we got a little Shawn Michaels. And these are just all my figures that I have. Mark Messier and Edmonton Oilers jersey with the cup. The Ultimate Warrior. Triple H. Larry Bird. By the way, you can definitely see how two-tone Triple H is here. His arms and his face and his legs are one shade of tan, or both are tanned, and then his midsection is just kind of really, really pale. And we got Larry Bird. We got another HBK. HBK right there with the European title. Shaq in a Miami Heat uniform with the NBA title. I think it's circa 2006. RVD with the old ECW championship. We got a Sting. We got a little Mariano Rivera and a baby Derek Jeter, McFarlane Toys figure. And we got a giant Larry Bird. And then we got a big number 2, former captain of the New York Yankees, about to become the owner of the Miami Marlins, Derek Jeter. So let's swing around here. Probably show you some of my gaming stuff. As I said, I love Back to the Future, and there's nothing better than DeLoreans. That's a regular DMC-12 Sunstar 1/18 scale DeLorean, and then right beneath it, my sister bought me this as an early birthday present back in like 2007. A Back to the Future 1/18 scale Sunstar DeLorean. Die-cast, badass, you can't go wrong. It's just super cool. Flux capacitor and all the vents and everything behind. It's just badass. How do you go wrong with that? And again, I'm a huge Friday the 13th fan. I have a 1/18 scale Jason Voorhees fully opposable figure. It's kick-ass. It's badass. It's a little dusty right now, which I'll fix eventually once I'm feeling better. Yeah, it's pretty cool. When I say once I'm feeling better, I have a bad back that might need surgery for a second time. I don't know what kind of doctor I got sent to, but whatever. And then right here, another captain of the New York Yankees, this time a baseball card plaque. Derek Jeter, pretty cool. And then something that my dad gave me right here, Eli Manning plaque, 2-time Super Bowl MVP for the New York Giants, number 10 out of Ole Miss. And right here, Mark Messier with the Stanley Cup. Mess was and is one of the greatest hockey players of all time. The only man to ever captain 2 different teams to the Stanley Cup and win it. Did it as a Edmonton Oiler and did it as a New York Ranger. The impossible came true that night, back in 1994. And then we have, it's going to be tough to see, something I got off SteinerSports.com. It's a Mark Messier Edmonton Oilers jersey retirement night picture. That's Mess in a Edmonton Oilers uniform with the Stanley Cup. And it says, "Welcome home," because Messier grew up in the Edmonton area. And then we come to something that my dad gave me years ago, which is still cool and I love it. It's Monument Park at Yankee Stadium, all the retired numbers. Not the plaques, the numbers, which is just pretty cool. You can see all the way over to, at the time, what was the final, I think for Old Yankee Stadium, retired number, which was number 49, Ron Guidry. And we'll come over here to some gaming stuff. As you guys know, who've been watching me stream lately, I just beat this game, GTA San Andreas. It's still one of the most innovative, fun games you'll ever find. Put it on PSN a couple months ago, and just, took a while to get through because I wasn't playing every day, but, still badass. And what I'll be streaming hopefully next, I downloaded it and streamed it a little bit, but GTA Vice City, yes, these are all original PlayStation 2 era posters. And we'll come in here to my setup. We got my TV here, which I have off at the moment. Well, sort of off. It's a 40-inch LCD. It's pretty cool, pretty badass. Again, the lighting here sucks, so please forgive me. I'll go around my the light that I have here and show you. Come down here, we got my router, we got my subwoofer from my sound system, and then here we go. There's my PlayStation, right there. PlayStation 4 in the house. The 3 physical games I own, which are GTA 5, MLB 17 The Show, and Rory McIlroy's PGA Tour Golf. my sound system, and then some assorted, collectibles and stuff. Some, a Magic Gorilla, New York Rangers Garden Gnome, former Ranger Oscar Lindbergh autographed puck, a couple Jason Voorhees, Back to the Future DeLorean, another Jason, some more Back to the Future stuff, a Freddy Krueger, which I can't really get down low enough to show you, and a Back to the Future 2 hoverboard, which I got off Loot Crate. So anyway, you guys want to see it? There it is. That's my setup. If you haven't subscribed yet, to the people who are watching this right now, like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below if you want to see anything else from me. And visit my Patreon page, patreon.com/JerseyGamer. Anything you can give will be greatly appreciated. And I will definitely give you a shout out on the next video I do. All right, everybody. Good night. Have a good one. Later.